You know that feeling when you check into a hotel room and everything is just perfect? The whole place is pristine, the service is totally seamless, and your stay just feels effortless? It's an incredible feeling, right? But it's also kind of an illusion, one created by a super complex and fascinating system working just out of sight.
I mean, really think about it for a second. The sheets are perfectly crisp, room service shows up exactly when they said it would, the air conditioning is just this quiet hum in the background, making everything feel calm. It all feels like it just happens, you know? Almost like magic, like the hotel knew what you wanted before you did. But is it magic? Yeah, not so much. That feeling of perfection is the exact opposite of an accident. It's the result of what you could call an invisible machine. This amazing combination of science, art, and strategy that powers every single successful hotel. And today, we're going to pull back that curtain and see exactly how this machine really works. Okay, first up, the science of keeping you, the guest, happy. Creating that feeling of satisfaction isn't just guesswork or luck, it is a total system. And it's really tricky because delivering a service is just a completely different ballgame than making a physical product.
And this right here is the core challenge. A physical product, say a new phone, is tangible. You can hold it. It's consistent. Every phone off the line is pretty much identical. And you can store it in a warehouse. But a hotel stay? Well, it's intangible. It's an experience, a feeling. It's variable, meaning the quality of your check-in totally depends on the person at the front desk. And, this is the big one, it's perishable. An empty hotel room tonight can't be sold again tomorrow. That money is just gone forever. So how on earth do hotels manage all that complexity? Well, a lot of them use this really smart strategic tool called the gap model of service quality. And this isn't just some boring business school theory. It's a real, practical playbook for finding exactly where the guest experience is falling short, and then systematically closing those gaps. It really boils down to 5 key gaps. First, you've got the knowledge gap. That's the difference between what the hotel managers think you want and what you actually want. Then there's the policy gap, which is when the hotel's rules don't actually match what guests need. The delivery gap, that's when the staff doesn't quite meet the standards they're supposed to. The communication gap is when the ads promise one thing, but the actual service delivers another. And all of those little gaps create the final, most important one, the customer gap. That's the space between what you expected to get and what you actually felt you got. The entire goal of this whole system is to make that last gap completely disappear. But look, creating a perfect experience is only half the battle. A hotel has to make money, right? And one of the most fascinating ways they do that involves a very specific mix of art and psychology. And it's all hiding in plain sight, on the restaurant menu. And this is the part you've got to understand. That menu in your hands, it is not just a list of food. It's an active, highly engineered sales tool. The placement of every dish, the way it's described, its price, it is all carefully calculated to steer your choices and ultimately squeeze the most profit out of every single table. How do they do it? Well, with a technique called menu engineering. They literally map out every single dish on a grid, like this one. It's based on 2 really simple questions. 1, how popular is this dish? And 2, how much money do we make on it? That grid creates 4 categories, and each one has its own secret strategy. And this is where it gets really cool. The stars are popular and make a lot of money, so you better believe the restaurant is going to make those look extra appealing. The plow horses are popular, but don't make a huge profit, so maybe they'll tweak the price up a little, or maybe shrink the portion size just a tiny bit. The puzzles make a ton of money, but no one orders them, so they might get a new, exciting name or a better spot on the page. And the dogs? Well, low popularity and low profit? Yeah, they're probably not long for this world. It's an incredible peek into the psychology of how we choose. Okay, but these days, there's another huge, critical gear in this invisible machine: environmental responsibility. This isn't just a nice to have anymore, it's a core part of operations that affects everything from the bottom line to the hotel's reputation. And the scale of the problem is just staggering. Some industry estimates say that a full 75% of a hotel's entire environmental impact comes from just excessive consumption. We are talking about a gigantic use of resources, which, by the way, also translates into gigantic and often totally unnecessary costs for the hotel. So where does it all come from? It really breaks down into 3 main areas. You've got massive energy use from lighting and air conditioning. Then there's water usage for, thousands of loads of laundry every single day, plus landscaping. And finally, you have waste, everything from food scraps in the kitchen to all the little plastic wrappers in the rooms. Getting a handle on these is a top priority now. This all gets wrapped up under the idea of corporate social responsibility, or CSR. And here's the key thing to get. This is not just about being green to feel good. A smart CSR plan is a business strategy. It cuts down on waste, which saves a ton of money. It makes the hotel's brand look good, which brings in more guests, and it meets the demands of a whole new generation of travelers who really care where their money goes. It's a total win-win. So when you start putting all of these different pieces together, the science, the art, the business strategy, you finally see it. You see the complete formula, the invisible machine working in perfect sync. This is it. This is the recipe for running a great hotel. It's a mix of pure science, using models to deliver amazing quality every time. It's got a dash of art and psychology, engineering a menu that's both delicious and profitable. And it's all built on a foundation of sustainability, making responsible choices part of the hotel's DNA. So the next time you walk into a hotel, I want you to look around a little differently. Check out the menu. Notice the little things about the service, because now you know what's going on behind the curtain. The real question is, which parts of that incredible invisible machine are you going to spot?